Bam! How's it going? It is I again, your boy TJ, and welcome, yes, to M5 Property Addicts. And today I'm gonna give you reasons why you should potentially be going into short-term rentals. Yes, short-term rentals. It is important to dive into short-term rentals. There is amazing things happening into short-term rentals, and you could be asking yourself, well, TJ, do you do short-term rentals? Yes, I do. And we are going to jump on to talk about it. I'm going to give you around about 7 reasons why you should be jumping into short-term rentals. And some of these reasons are going to shock you, where you are going to be saying, maybe I should be doing this, or maybe I should have done this. Maybe, well, you can start. But before I finish, I might just be even able to give you a bonus out of the 7. So let me jump on to talk about it. The reason number 1 is that if you've been around for the last 10 years or so, you probably know that some of these businesses that have started putting people together to do short-term rentals, they were not in existence. So short-term rentals has become a thing, right? Short-term rentals have become a thing, and this is a growing business. Actually, if you have not been in it, you have potentially missed out quite a bit. I know quite a lot of mates of mine who have been making money in particularly with things like Airbnb, short-left, and the likes of bookings.com and things like that. I know people that have built portfolios with this in the last couple of years. So it is a growing business. That is point number 1, right? Point number 2 is that if you're one of those people who enjoy hosting people, short-term rentals can be the thing for you, because you can be having one couple this weekend, and then the next weekend you have another couple. And the other weekend you have a single guy who's moving in. And if you're one of those people who like to just share, short-term rentals is for you. See, there's other benefits other than the money. Speaking of the money, obviously you want to do this for the money. I tell you that there is more money in short-term rentals than in long-term property rentals. So if you're in the rental market, there is no argument that where is the moolah? The buck is in the short-term rentals. That's where you make more money there. Obviously, you have a higher turnover, maybe not even higher turnovers actually. But in your long-term rentals, for instance, I do long-term rentals as well, by the way, right? But I find that in the short-term rentals, there is more money there than in the long-term rentals. When I talk about long-term rentals, what do I mean? Renting out your property to a normal tenant for about a year to 2 years, and you now are becoming friends, and maybe they are now becoming to look after your kids and things like that, and they are with you for the next 5 years. Other than furnituring up your property, and every weekend or every week you get a new person that you don't know from nowhere, and a whole lot of websites have been coming together of late to be able to find tenants for you. There is more money there. I'm just talking about the money. That was my reason number 3. Reason number 4 is that you all know that I do long-term rentals, so which is these blocks of flats that I buy, and we've got tenants in those properties. The majority of them are on the commercial side. So number 1, that's what I do. So it's commercial properties. Number 2 is I do residential, which is on the long term. Number 3, I do what is also called student accommodation. So what have I basically done there in M5 Property Addicts? Well, that business, my portfolio has been diversified. If we are hit by any form of COVID, like what we did, COVID when it came through, within our residential, we play in the different LSMs. We play in the different LSMs, and we found that the lower the LSM was, COVID hit us hard. So if they don't earn any money, they can pay rent. So during COVID, basically what happened was that there was lots of people that were not able to pay rent there. However, I was able to survive because my portfolio was diversified. So bringing in a different set or a different asset class or a different type of rentals can also diversify your portfolio in the short-term rentals that I'm talking about. So your risk is not just in one aspect, right? Reason number 5 is that I want to speak about the different niches that there are in the short-term rentals. So you can jump into the short rentals for holiday makers, for some of you who have properties that are in the holiday destinations, or you can do professionals for some of you who are very close to working environments, or you can do the hippie guys, the backpackers, kind of like, right? There's lots of stuff that you can do. I have seen weird stuff. Weird in a good way. I have seen a church being rented out on a short term for accommodation. I have seen guys that go out and do these marathons and things like that. I have seen a different type of short-term rentals that will accommodate bikes and what. So they offer different sorts of things. I have seen guys that do 4x4s and things like that. They do mountain biking and all of those things. And they've been giving them different types of accommodation that suits the niche of the customer. So there is many niches that you can jump into to save, other than the traditional one, which we know, which is the long-term one. So you can explore to see where is your property, what does it make sense. I've also seen for others that just rent for an hour. Yes, couples only, 1 hour, 200 rand. I wonder what they're doing. But we don't have to wonder, we're all grown-ups. It's a niche that you can jump into. Anyways, let's move your mind out of the gutter and let's talk about point number 6. Point number 6 is that over the years, there have been lots and lots and lots of websites. I want to almost say marketplace, right? Because there might not just be websites. There could be individual also, or whatever it could be. But I want to say that the marketplace of finding short-term rentals has become extremely easier. So there is other websites out there that are readily available, wanting to give you benefit to say, hey, we've got 1,000 people here that are looking for accommodation. Just give us your property and we'll fill it up. What am I talking about? A couple of years ago, a place like Airbnb was not a thing, right? It was not a thing. It was not there, right? So at the moment, Airbnb is there. What has Airbnb done? Airbnb has just basically said, look, if you are looking for tenants on the short-term rentals, upload your pictures here and upload everything else that you have and give us a description. We will find the tenants for you. And we'll fill up your property for you. You don't have to do anything. So the marketplace has kind of like become a little bit easier for us to find tenants. I can speak, I've utilized Airbnb. I utilize it as a host and I utilize it as a guest as well. I've utilized bookings.com. I am just giving you a few, but there's plenty of them out there. I'm giving you 7 reasons why you can jump into this, and obviously, hopefully you can make some moolah out of it. But there's plenty other reasons why you would want to venture into short-term rentals. My favorite one is number 7, is that you can literally jump into this. If I stay in one particular area in Pretoria, and I've got a property in Durban, and that property now I am going to put short-term rentals in it, it basically means that I now have a vacational home in Durban. I like that scenario because all of a sudden, that place is not only saving for my purposes, it's not only giving me money, but I can just wake up one day and I can go to my place for my vacation. Someone else is paying for it. And that's another bonus. Bonus number 2 is that obviously Because this is your property. You have the flexibility of moving in, moving out. You have the flexibility of taking it on the market and taking it out. It's really up to you. I can go on and talk about flexible. I can talk about short-term rentals, but short-term rentals, ladies and gentlemen, it is a thing. And there's so many people that are making money around it. It's not about where you are. It's not about how you can do it. You can find your own niche and you can go crazy around it. Over and above going crazy around it, your niche is what you define it. I have seen weird things out there for short-term rentals. But the bottom line is, if you enjoy it, do it. Hey, before you go, on the comments, let me know if this information was valuable to you. Or what other benefits would you think that there is? 7 reasons of venturing into short-term rentals.